Are y'all okay? Go back and watch the video that this comment that I posted came from. In the video, I'm basically sharing that last month one of my friends gave me the idea to just go on the dating apps for a month and then post about my adventures, comedic stuff, lessons we can learn, stuff like that. After thinking about it for a little bit and running it by a couple of my friends to see what they think, I was like, you know what? I'm game. I'll go ahead and do it for the sake of content. Day one was hard for me to get on the app because honestly, I really didn't give a shit about it or want to do it. I did get on it on day one and recorded a video that I shared in that video. Day two, I went on, got some screenshots, didn't do a video. Day three, I was like, fuck it, and that's where this video comes from. I shared, one, that I was only on there surely for content. I was not taking it seriously, and I was not looking for love. I also shared that even though I was only doing it for content, it took too much of my energy, and I just didn't want to devote time to it at all. Therefore, I got off of the app. So it was very frustrating to have people ignore that and not listen to me. Very invalidating and heartbreaking, just about. Very frustrating to say those things. And I think I expressed them pretty clearly. And people just ignored it and gave me tips and tricks on how to try harder and coached me on what I was doing wrong. That was very frustrating. Instead of just listening to me and saying, you know what, I understand. And it was even more frustrating to have to block several people this morning who harassed and bullied me. And one person who couldn't even spell diagnosed me as being hypervigilant and told me I need to get it checked out because the profiles that I showed you guys in the video, I was telling you some red flag things that might not be necessarily horribly wrong, but they just get on my nerves and it's not for me. So apparently because I didn't show you good stuff, apparently because I was pointing out red flags, I'm hypervigilant and my licensed therapist that I pay every 2 weeks is doing a bad job. I just want to know if you guys are okay, because you guys seem to be obsessed with the idea that if a woman is happy to be single, something is fucking wrong with her. She's got to be fixed. God forbid somebody doesn't like dating apps. You don't like dating, it's because you're doing it wrong. Let me beat you over the head with all the advice and tips and tricks because dating isn't working for you because you're not trying harder. You're not doing it right. When I literally said I don't want to do it at all. And that could have been respected and the conversation could have ended there. And it just exposes one of the big problems in society of how women are pressured into settling down and choosing someone. And if you don't do that, if you don't want to participate in that, something is wrong with you, sweetheart. I do not want to be on the dating apps. I do not want to date. I'm not hyper vigilant. I'm not mad because nobody picked me, which is actually not true. I just don't want to date. I'm not interested in that. I like my life right now. I'm good. And just because that's not your experience doesn't mean that I'm wrong. Or just because you are male-centered doesn't mean that I am. Just because I don't desire a relationship right now doesn't mean something's wrong with me and I need to get it checked out. Gosh, like there's a huge problem when like I can barely talk. There's a huge problem in this society. This is why so many women are driven into depression if they can't find the one, or if they're not dating, they're depressed and they're sad because they can't find a relationship. I feel like a lot of that has to do with pressure from society and their friends and family. And also, if you haven't found the one yet, it's not because you're doing something wrong or because you need to try harder. Y'all, it's all about fate and timing, whatever you want to call it, right place, right time. It's not because you're on the wrong app. It's not because your settings are wrong. And a lot of these dating apps, they're banking on you not realizing that. They're banking on the fact that you're going to spend lots of your hard-earned money with them and lots of time on those apps scrolling. And I don't subscribe to that. I don't want to do that. I have no desire to do that. Not even if it's for content. And the fact that I'm being called I'm getting diagnosed by people who can't even spell shit. I'm being told that I'm crazy. I'm being told that I didn't do it right. People are putting words in my mouth and I'm not being listened to is infuriating. Guys, let women fucking be single. I'm not the one with the problem. You are. If you can't wrap your head around somebody happily being single and fine with not being involved in dating, that's not their problem. That is your problem, especially if you're getting to the point where you don't listen to them, you invalidate them, you gaslight them, and especially if you feel the need to bully and harass them over it.